Alors nous sommes réunis aujourd'hui pour vous parler du livre Trop n'est pas assez de Ulli Lust qui est avec moi sur scène. C'est l'odyssée autobiographique de Ulli qui à son adolescence est partie avec une amie alors qu'elles étaient toutes les deux mineures. Elles sont parties sans argent, sans vêtements de rechange et quasiment sur un coup de tête d'Autriche en Italie du Sud. Et c'est cette longue odyssée qui a duré un sacré bout de temps et durant laquelle il leur arrive beaucoup de choses qu'elle raconte aujourd'hui, presque 20 ans plus tard. Hi, Ulli.
Yes, hello.
Hello. So it's a huge book. How much time does it take to write this book?
I started writing the first text 5 years ago, 5 years before the release. But I was working on it 4 years, something like that.
And what was the most difficult part about writing?
To make it lively.
To make it lively?
Yes, to draw the scenes that they are coming to life.
Did you have a lot of memories?
Yeah, I was 17 years old, and it was quite a very strong experience. And with 17 years, you have a very good brain. So I remember a lot.
I have noticed on the drawings, something struck me. It was the very detailed background.
Yes.
Everything was very realistic.
I went to Palermo and did some photos also in Naples and in Rome. But I think the main reason why you think the details are somehow surprising is because I'm doing a lot of comic reports in Germany. Normally I don't do autobiographic stuff. I do reports about cities, about the daily life in Berlin. So I am trained to look at the small details in the scenery because everything tells a story. It's not just the background. It always works together for the expression.
What do you think about the punk way of life?
Yeah, I stopped being punk when I was 18, 19, because I liked the philosophy when I was a teenager because it was very near to these teenage emotions of extreme desire and not liking the society as it is, and I want to do everything different. I don't care for everything, and that was fascinating for me as a 17-year-old girl. But it's very hard to age in a decent way as a punk, if you get older, it's better if you maybe get more progressive philosophy. Yes.
There's something that was fascinating about this book. It's an autobiographical story, but it's not so much your story than story about women.
I'm not so interested in telling how I feel, but I found it important for I find it as an example of how women feel in such a situation. That's why I describe it. But I'm not the diary type,
Yeah. In your book, we have the feeling that men never find a good distance between them and women. They're like hunters or they're like artists. There was, you see, two different types of men in relationship with women.
I hope there are more different types,
yes, also,
but the most strongest the strongest part of the story is in Sicily, where the pressure is too strong on the girls. But I found it interesting to describe that they are also victims of this philosophy of kicking out women and
yes.
that they put pressure on women makes not only the women two victims, it makes them two victims too, because suddenly they are struggling, they don't find girlfriends, there are no girlfriends, it's a pervert philosophy. Yes.
I want to know if you put some, I don't know, mise en scène. You change a little bit the story to make him like another way to have to look at women, or it was naturally like that at the time?
What would you thought that I would have changed?
Maybe the story to make the character more iconical, or...
No, I only had to shorten it. That was the big problem, that there was so much happening. I had to cut only a few very strong scenes. And
you concentrate the story to very strong events.
yeah, I mean, I had to come to an end. It is fat enough, the book, you know. And I like the artist which is drawing on the street. He is not the most important figure, but I found interesting that these guys, they were very emancipated, but in Sicily they also started somehow, they started fighting with each other for the women. You know, the whole situation is pervert and it doesn't leave anybody alive, not a man, not a woman.
What was the title about? Each title seems to be a reference to Greek mythology, or
the chapters, you mean?
Yes.
Yes, that's right.
That's something.
When I was a child, I was reading a lot of fairy tales. So in my youth, I was also very inspired about this mythology of, I mean, not inspired, but it was like in the subconsciousness of the young hero who is innocent, who is hungry for life, and he wants to prove his powers and to learn new experiences. And somehow I felt like that in this journey. You know, it was a very consequent project that now I do everything different. I don't care for anything, and I just look at the dark and dangerous aspects. I found that fascinating then. But it also had to do with that, you know, the hero goes out and he meets the bad wizards and the bad dragons, and he has to fight against it, and he's getting stronger and stronger. It's down under the structure. And I wanted to bring it out in the chapters. They are also following the tarot cards.
Yeah,
and the tarot cards also describe the journey, the mythologic journey of the hero. But in my case, the hero is a woman.
Okay.
Yeah.
I have a question about your work on the net, because
Yes.
you're also a web publisher, something like that. I want to know, what do you think about the emerging comics on the web, this emerging way of publishing?
Yeah, it's just another way. I mean, we do silkscreen books, we print postcards, we print books, and the screen, it's there. It's a beautiful surface. It has this glow, this shining. It has a lot of positive aspects, and we use it beside all the other chances. I am not a pioneer which want to develop the electronic publishing and all that stuff. I'm a bit afraid because I also live from the royalties of the books, you know, and I'm not sure how this will move on in the future. But for artistic expression, it is a very good new surface. And we play with it like we play with everything else we can get in our hands, you know?
Okay.
Yes.
I want to know your feeling about that, because everybody is thinking about it nowadays. Thank you very much, Ulli.
It was a pleasure.
Merci. Merci à vous.